Thank you, Tanya. Hello, everyone. We've all been parents, we've all been children, and some of us are parents. And I think that most of us in the room can agree that being a parent is one of the toughest and most important jobs in the world. Imagine parenting in an environment saturated with the overwhelming stresses of poverty, homelessness, domestic violence, sexual abuse. These stresses and others create enduring developmental challenges for children. We know that poverty unaddressed can cycle from one generation to another, pass from parent to child. In Julie's, we break this cycle by providing women and children with the attention and services they need to transition to training, employment, and higher education. At Julie's, we work with women and children because we know, according to the Boston Redevelopment Authority, 71% of households in poverty are headed by women. We are also faced with a system with an estimate of one caseworker for up to 50 families. That kind of caseload makes it impossible for families to get the help they need. At Julie's, our ratio is 1 to 10. The families who come to Julie's face many challenges. 51% are homeless, which means they're living in shelters, unsafe or unstable housing. 30% have open cases with the Department of Children and Families. 50% struggle with addiction. 100% are determined to be the best parent they can be and create a better future for their children. How does Julie's work? Imagine Loretta. She has experienced violence, trauma, and poverty. She's 21 years old. She has a 3-month-old son, Francis. She is determined to create a better future for Francis. That is why and when she comes to Julie's. Loretta's hungry. Francis needs diapers. Staff work first to meet their basic needs. Francis is enrolled in our licensed infant program. Loretta and Francis will be with us up to 20 hours a week, year-round, for the next 6 years. Loretta begins to meet with staff to set her short-term and long-term goals. She'll begin to take classes in financial management, in math, and literacy. She'll begin to see a social worker and be referred to for recovery services and help with navigating public systems such as the Department of Transitional Assistance. Francis now has transitioned to our toddler room. Staff have identified a speech delay, have reached out to one of our organizational partners, and early intervention commences at Julie's. While Loretta is working on her goals, staff are infusing her experience with the skills and tools she will need to help her with her parenting journey. Meanwhile, Francis has transitioned into the Montessori classroom. As a result of our staff and early intervention having an impact, Francis is catching up. He's beginning to meet his developmental and academic milestones. After 6 years, Francis and Loretta have met their goals. Little infant Francis is now 6 years old, entering the first grade with a love for learning and testing above grade level. Loretta now has obtained her GED. She's enrolled in an associate program. She has secured stable housing. The life of addiction is behind her. One of the most unusual and wonderful aspects of Julie's programming is all of this is happening in one building. Our high-touch, comprehensive program is having a multi-generational impact on families. We are breaking the cycle of poverty. Francis is much more likely now to go to college than he would have been had Loretta not taken that first step, determined and ready. Investing in early childhood education benefits individuals and society. We know from the Harvard Center on the Developing Child, every dollar invested in early childhood education returns $4 to $9 in savings in cost of welfare, incarceration, and the courts. At Julie's, we work deeply with each family, and as a result of our high-touch comprehensive program to date, 2,600 families have been positively impacted. Every child who graduates from our Montessori program enters the first grade testing above grade level. 1,500 women have transitioned to job training, job placement, and/or higher education. Julie's models works, and we're looking to grow. We're looking to increase our current annual budget of $1.25 by 35% over the next 2 years. With that, we would hire 6 additional staff, teachers, caseworkers, and advocates. We will increase the number of organizational partners so that we can expand our programming and reach more families. As a result, over the next 2 years, we will reach an additional 200 families. Through our high-touch interactive child care program, over a period of time, we'll reach an additional 68 children. And within 2 years, 50% of our families will transition into stable housing. We are looking for an investment of $3.34 million over the next 2 years so we can expand our programs and enhance our organizational capacity. The impact of Julie's is long-term and multi-generational. We will continue to invest in families like Francis and Loretta, and we hope you will consider doing so as well. Thank you.